All right, yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my VTuber gamers? Chat, I'm back from Anime Expo. I did, it was like my vacation, but now I'm here and I have a whole week to myself, so I'm gonna be trying to upload a lot more, especially on this channel. But chat, I seen this post by Demi saying I hate when people talking about streaming and stuff like that. Right? I'll read it here in a second, but I wanted to first. I might watch another video on this. I might do them back to back because there's an update. There's a video and then an update following this, right? I think Demi, there's like some drama about this post, but I don't want to get into that just yet. I want to get into the actual, just regular, dead, whatever post it is, to the weeds of it. Chat, we're bare bonesing it. That's what I want to talk about. So we're talking about streaming, right? I hate when people say streaming is hard. It's really not. I'm blessed as F to being able to sit on my... She's on her ass. Man, she's got... Never mind. That's not appropriate. All day yapping, playing games, reacting to videos, taking breaks when I want to is a privilege. Oh, there's more to this. Okay, let's just get to the base of it and talk about it, right? Is streaming easy? I think yes and no. I think there's a lot more difficulty that goes into streaming that, you know, if you just say that it has any kind of hardship with it, people automatically assume that they think that it's like harder than regular jobs and stuff like that. Now, me, myself, I work a job as well as like streaming and content creation just because I'm just waiting to climb in my job, blah, blah, blah. You guys don't need to know about that. That's neither here nor there. It's not important. But my job is insanely easy, right? I work in a warehouse. All I really do is... all I do at my job is I handle packages all day, very large packages all day long with my hands on them and okay. But yeah, so my job I can and sometimes even can't do in my sleep, especially because, you know, I'm just moving packages around. The hardest part about it, or the theory around my actual job, is insanely easy. I just put on my headphones and I listen to VTubers all day. It's not that hard. The hard part is in the physical labor of it, right? And I think that's the opposite of streaming. Streaming, the mental things that you have, like the mental, you know, the ideal for it is hard because you have to come up with more ideas every day, especially if you upload consistently. But there's also ways where it's like easy, where you do like reaction content. Reaction content, although I do love to yap, it is pretty easy. All you have to do is like, the hardest part about it is finding videos. And then it's like sitting here and then just talking. That's not that hard, bro. I could do this all day, every day. It's not that hard. But I'm not that creative. You know, sometimes you're just not really creative for stuff like that. And then you're also a slave to like the algorithm and stuff like that, where if I put in a lot of time into making content, it's just going to maybe get a few views. And it's like I put all that time into something that really, really didn't pay off for anything. That's always a terrible feeling, which I feel like is why people really slop out content, because it's a lot better on your mental health to slop out like 5 videos a day. And it's like, oh, one video didn't do well. Oh, well, I have 4 more. Who really cares? Instead of like working on a good video for about a week. And plus, I just like talking anyways. I might as well talk. And it's not like I talk a lot IRL anyway. So this is where I get my social interaction out. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, like, and then physically, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here and I'm talking. This isn't hard. This is like the same thing with like, when I had to cover the Genshin Impact voice actors where they're saying that their job is hard. Bro, your job's not hard. Sitting there and talking, man, that ain't hard. You ever try touching packages all day? I'm a child, chat. I laugh at dumb stuff. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's pretty hard, especially when like my hand, you know, I feel like I'm starting to get like troubles with my hand because like I lift 70-pound packages a lot, and it's just like I would much rather do this than do that, even though this is harder. This is harder in terms of like creativity, right? But physically, this is like the easiest thing to ever do. Anyways, I hope I'm making a lot of sense and I'm not just repeating myself a lot. Anyways, let's move on. I see a lot of opinions on this. Let me give mine as someone who grew and streamed without knowing anyone or had any social media. That's one thing as well, right? It feels like, especially for like VTubers, what you have to do to like grow is not just stream all day on Twitch, and especially not on Twitch. God, Twitch hates VTubers. The hardest part is having to find ways to grow. Or you could always just get lucky and get like a raid or something. You have no idea how much easier a cosign just makes everything, right? I've never really had a cosign. Whatever I've built on my main channel, I've done that all myself. Same thing as here. I've never really seen anyone just like raid me or like talk to me or anything like that. So I'm basically doing this from zero, and I'm growing as I'm growing, right? I'm not really, even when I upload videos, I don't really lose subscribers, so, and I barely ever get any dislikes, so people really, I guess it's how do I say this? People like what I do. I hope, chat, I hope you guys are enjoying the content. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's such a slow grind, you know, to do it on your own. But hey, respect. Anyways. You set the tone to what streaming is to you. You can enjoy your time and do silly things, entertain, be yourself. Be not yourself. God, I wish someone else read this to me. Be not yourself. Want to be someone. Want to just have fun. I started streaming because I was lonely, recovering from surgeries, and I wanted company. Streaming gave me that, and it made me realize I love doing it. And streaming was not for everyone, but holy, once you know it's for you, it's addicting. It was completely fine being where I was at I was only finding completely more than I was at a 10-20 viewer Anderson. Wanting to stream and show up was never the issue, but the plan I put myself was. Okay. After 2 years, I was done with uni. I was like, wow, you know what? Wow, you know what? It's either I do this for a living or I have to focus on getting a job. Gave myself a goal to reach expectations for myself, but I didn't reach them, and then I wouldn't continue because life goes on. The stress of your own goals, of wanting to do better for the people who watches you and for yourself, is the biggest stressor, because you're on your own. You can't reach anything without passion and love for the craft. And even then, you might have that, but luck is also a huge factor for it all. I think that's true, right? A huge factor is luck, because chat, at the end of the day, everyone's just a slave to the algorithm. That's the way I like to put it. So even if you're out here like grinding all day, every day, it's not really going to do anything for you if you just don't get lucky that one day. I think what's most important is being at your best for the day you get lucky, right? Preparation makes perfect. Being prepared for that one time that maybe someone comes across your stream and maybe someone raids you and maybe someone puts a spotlight on you. What's most important is being on your game. And I think that's also kind of that might also be hard, because like sometimes I'll come off of work or I'll wake up the next day and I'm sore and I'm just like, ugh, I guess I'll go on stream, you know, I'll play Uma Musume or I'll play Genshin or something like that, and I'm just kind of relaxing with chat, and I'm just like, you know, sometimes I might not be as talkative, and it's just like, man, if someone walks in on my stream right now, that's gonna suck, because it's like, man, I'm just grinding and people are just watching that. So that's like another thing. Anyways, yes, streaming is hard in its own way, but it's a passion job. If you keep on giving yourself extremely delusional goals for yourself on it, you'll only be miserable. For some, that goal never ends. But man, I will take this over a 9-to-5, or what I thought my life would be like back when I was graduating computer science. Ooh, computer science too. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. Especially because of how those games are. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know. I mean, my brother, I don't have a degree in computer science. I couldn't tell you what a computer does. The most I know about a computer is if I turn on the power button, it might turn on. That's hoping, right? Hoping for me that it does do that. I don't really know, but you know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's see what people are saying. In my MO, it's a different kind of difficult than a normal job, but it's nowhere near as hard as any regular 9-to-5. I think that's just kind of what I don't know why people want to make it this is harder than a 9-to-5. This is harder than any other kind of manual labor job. It's not. And but it is kind of hard, right? This is like trying to turn your passion into you're turning your passion into a job that millions of other people, probably millions at this point, millions of other people also watch and enjoy at the same time, right? For me, I'm just kind of killing time in the meantime until I get called up for a bigger job. Again, doesn't really matter. So I have time to be streaming, and a few extra bucks in my pocket is never really gonna hurt me. I enjoy having money. So if they give me like $1 or $2 extra for me uploading silly videos, hey, it's good for me. But I think, man, I kind of don't want to speak too much more in case, because there's another video that I want to watch after this. What is this? I'm going to offer a counterpoint. Yes, absolutely can feel blessed to be able to stream and earn comfortable living from it. It also can be difficult from, at the very least, a mental standpoint. I guess, but it's like, maybe I just don't have enough viewers to know the mental strain of it. My chat's really fun. They like to bully me. That's kind of what they do. That's their thing. So it's like I never really had any mental strain. I don't know. Not taking into account streamers who partake in physical activities on stream. I guess that's true. But like, what kind of physical activities? The only one I can think of is like filling. The average streamer tries to be engaging and fun for the entirety of the stream, but also those who are participants and entertained. That can be very mentally draining sometimes, especially if you hit some kind of mental wall of exhaustion where you just don't know what to do next. I mean, I've had that, right? And you have to push past it. I mean, chat. Okay, this is gonna be super. What's the word? Embarrassing. I don't want to. Okay, I'm about to expose myself. Chat. We're comfortable with each other. I might as well tell you. I think the only time I've ever like stopped streaming and like really put streaming on pause is, oh god, it's when I get depressed over a girl. Yes, it's happened a few times. It's not good, and it's always like around the time that my channel starts to take off. Like I'll be like at 20 viewers or something. It doesn't work out with the girl. I stop streaming for like a few months, and I come back to nothing. That's kind of what happened this last time, and that's why that was like a year or two ago. But I've just been focusing on myself, and if I don't get heartbroken, I don't stop. So I'm grinding out 2 different accounts. It's fun for me. But I'll leave it there. Talking about the regular bare bones of this tweet, and we'll get into the rest of it tomorrow. Whenever I uploaded the other videos. Anyway, check, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.